Every day, millions of packages navigate the forward supply chain. They are scanned and routed with high precision, from warehouse shelves to doorsteps. But when the direction of that flow reverses, the system encounters a major visibility gap. Existing logistics networks track the external packaging, the cardboard box and shipping label, rather than the item inside. This creates an opening for brick-in-box fraud. A bad actor initiates a return and sends back a package filled with weighted trash. Because the shipping carrier only verifies the weight and the label, the system registers a successful return of the original product. In other cases, authentic items are swapped for visually identical counterfeits. In a high-volume warehouse, these fakes often pass a quick visual inspection, allowing the fraudster to keep the genuine product and receive a full refund. These vulnerabilities result in billions of dollars in annual losses for the e-commerce industry, as retailers lose both the original merchandise and the capital used for the refund. Relying on static identifiers like barcodes on disposable boxes leaves the reverse supply chain without a reliable way to verify what is actually being returned. Securing these returns requires a shift in focus. Security must move from the outer box directly onto the product itself. XenTag addresses this by assigning every product a unique, unclonable physical identity that cannot be duplicated. The system utilizes cryptographically secured NFC chips embedded into the product during manufacturing. Each chip is linked to a digital product passport, a centralized digital twin that contains the authenticity data and history for that specific unit. Unlike a passive barcode, this digital connection allows for active state updates. The product's identity is not a static label, but a dynamic record of its current status on the supply chain. By mathematically linking the physical object to a digital state, the item carries proof of authenticity that can be verified anywhere in its journey. The process begins with the physical integration of these unclonable tags into real-world inventory. For many goods, the tag is embedded permanently into the material, such as the suede of a sneaker, making it impossible to remove without destroying the item. For products where embedding is not an option, tamper-evident seals are used. On this bottle of tequila, any attempt to remove the tag breaks the internal circuit, permanently disabling the chip. This physical compliance requirement is strictly enforced. If a tag is missing or a seal is broken, the item is instantly ineligible for return or warranty claims. When a customer needs to start a return, the experience is handled through the product itself. They simply tap the XenTag with their smartphone. No specialized apps are required. The interface immediately confirms the item's authenticity and identifies its specific serial number within the production batch, providing a direct portal to initiate the return. The tap creates a secure bridge between the physical product and the seller's digital authorization system. Once the return is initiated, unit-level data is transmitted directly to the seller's servers. The system validates the unit and generates a unique return merchandise authorization, or RMA. This RMA is not just a reference number for the order, it is digitally bound to the cryptographic ID of that specific physical tag. This binding triggers a dynamic state lock, updating the digital product passport to show that a return is in progress. The item is now flagged as not for sale across the network, preventing it from being registered or sold elsewhere while the return is processed. Because the digital state is locked to that specific chip, the physical tag cannot be used to initiate duplicate returns, even if it is scanned by a different device. This architecture neutralizes the opportunity for fraud before the item even reaches the mail, shifting the burden of proof from the warehouse to the product's digital identity. When the returned package arrives at a fulfillment center, the verification process is streamlined. Instead of manual data entry, the receiving worker simply scans the XenTag on the item. In a single scan, the system retrieves the bound RMA and order details, while cryptographically confirming the item's authenticity. This data is aggregated in a centralized returns manager dashboard, giving the seller full visibility over the process. The dashboard logs the specific serial numbers, their unique RMAs, the customer's reason for the return, and the final automated status of the item. If a tag is missing or doesn't match the digital record, the scan fails instantly, alerting the system to a potential fraud attempt. By making verification a feature of the product's digital state, the need for manual cross-referencing and expensive third-party authentication services is removed from the workflow. For this system to work across a global network, independent fulfillment centers need a way to trust that the tag data is genuine and unaltered. XenTag uses the Algorand blockchain to provide this underlying trust layer. Algorand provides an immutable record, ensuring that once a product's state or identity is written to the ledger, it cannot be edited or manipulated by unauthorized parties. This unclonable architecture provides a foundation for several other supply chain applications. It allows for surgical, unit-level product recalls, where a seller can identify and disable specific serial numbers without affecting an entire product line. The roadmap also includes a tap-to-talk AI agent, allowing customers to scan a product and receive instant, unit-specific support and usage guidance. The modernization of the reverse supply chain is the first step in a broader move towards stateful, cryptographic physical assets. Tracking external packaging is a legacy vulnerability that creates a massive financial drain on the e-commerce industry. Securing the supply chain requires binding the physical object to a secure, active digital identity. When authenticity becomes an automated data point, fraud is removed from the equation, giving the reverse supply chain the transparency of the forward supply chain.